The planet Aoria was a jewel in the galaxy, its surface covered in lush bioluminescent forests that glowed softly under the twin moons. The crystalline waters reflected the verdant canopy, creating a landscape of surreal beauty. The Aorii, its native inhabitants, thrived in this paradise, their iridescent wings allowing them to glide gracefully among the towering trees. Among the Aorii was Lyra, a young girl whose shimmering purple hue distinguished her even further from her kin. Her large, expressive eyes held a depth of emotion that spoke volumes of her inner world. Lyra was different, not just in her appearance, but also in her abilities. Born with underdeveloped wings, she was unable to join the others in their aerial dances. While her peers soared through the skies, Lyra remained grounded, her heart heavy with longing. Lyra's parents, Elis and Marin, had always tried to make her life as normal as possible. They built intricate paths through the forest and crafted tools to help her navigate the trees. Yet, despite their efforts, Lyra often felt isolated. The societal pressure to fit in, combined with her own unfulfilled dreams of flight, weighed heavily on her. One warm evening, as the sky turned shades of pink and orange, Lyra sat by the edge of a shimmering lake, lost in thought. Her reflection, distorted by the ripples, stared back at her, a reminder of her limitations. Suddenly, a brilliant flash of light streaked across the sky, cutting through the twilight like a comet. It moved erratically, trailing smoke before crashing into the nearby forest with a resounding boom. Startled, Lyra's heart raced with a mix of fear and curiosity. She glanced around, but no one else was nearby. Summoning her courage, she decided to investigate. The forest grew denser as she moved towards the crash site, the bioluminescent flora lighting her path. She pushed through the thick underbrush, her steps cautious, yet determined. As she neared the source of the crash, Lyra's eyes widened at the sight before her. A peculiar craft lay amidst the wreckage, unlike anything she had ever seen. It was a metallic vessel, sleek and angular, with strange markings along its hull. The impact had created a small clearing, the trees around it scorched and bent. Lyra's gaze shifted to a figure lying near the wreckage. A human, unconscious and seemingly injured, was sprawled on the ground. She had heard legends of other beings from distant stars, but she never imagined she would encounter one. Cautiously, she approached the human, her natural empathy overcoming her initial apprehension. The human was a young man with tousled dark hair and a rugged appearance. His clothing was unlike anything on Aoria, made of materials she couldn't identify. He stirred slightly, a groan escaping his lips as he regained consciousness. His eyes fluttered open, revealing a deep shade of blue that reflected both confusion and pain. Lyra knelt beside him, her gentle touch offering comfort. "Are you all right?" she asked softly, her voice melodic and soothing, though she knew he likely couldn't understand her. The man's eyes focused on her, widening in surprise and awe. He tried to speak, but his voice was weak. Where am I?" he managed to croak, his accent unfamiliar yet intriguing. Lyra realized communication would be a challenge, but she was determined to help. She gestured to herself and then to him, hoping to convey her intent. "Lyra," she said, pointing to her chest. The man nodded slowly, understanding dawning in his eyes. "Alex," he replied, mimicking her gesture. Gently, Lyra helped Alex to a sitting position, offering him a drink from a nearby stream. As he drank, she examined his injuries. Fortunately, they seemed minor, bruises and scratches, nothing life-threatening. She motioned for him to follow her, supporting him as they made their way back to her village. The journey was slow, but Alex's strength gradually returned. He marveled at the bioluminescent flora and the serenity of the forest, his initial fear giving way to fascination. Despite the language barrier, an unspoken understanding began to form between them. When they finally reached the village, Lyra's parents rushed to her side, their concern evident. Elis, her mother, gasped at the sight of Alex, while Marin, her father, assessed the situation with a calm demeanor. They quickly prepared a place for Alex to rest, treating his wounds with their herbal remedies. As the night wore on, Lyra sat by Alex's side, her curiosity burning. She wanted to know everything about him, about where he came from and the wonders he had seen. Alex, though exhausted, shared glimpses of his world. Earth, a planet vibrant with life, yet fraught with its own challenges. In the days that followed, Lyra and Alex found ways to communicate despite their differences. Lyra's parents were wary but supportive, recognizing the potential for knowledge and growth this encounter offered. As Lyra helped Alex recover, she couldn't help but feel a growing connection with him. Little did they know, their meeting was just the beginning of an extraordinary journey that would change their lives forever. The bond they were forming would soon be tested, and together, they would discover the true meaning of courage, love, and the power of dreams. As days turned into weeks, Alex's presence in the village became a familiar and welcome sight. The Aoria, initially cautious, grew curious about the human and his strange technology. Alex, in turn, was fascinated by the harmonious way the Aoria lived with their environment. He spent hours observing and learning about their customs, their ways of sustenance, and their unique bond with nature. Lyra was his constant companion. She guided him through the intricacies of Aorian life, teaching him their language and introducing him to her friends and family. Despite her grounded existence, she had an unyielding spirit and an insatiable curiosity that Alex found both endearing and inspiring. One evening, as the twin moons rose high in the sky, casting a silvery glow over the village, Alex and Lyra sat by the lake where they first met. The water shimmered with the reflections of bioluminescent plants, creating a magical atmosphere. "Tell me more about Earth," Lyra said, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What is it like to live among the stars?" Alex smiled, leaning back on his hands. "Earth is complicated," he began. "It's beautiful, but we've also caused a lot of damage to it. There are vast cities, towering buildings, and so many different kinds of people and cultures. But there's also pollution, conflict, and a lot of challenges." Lyra listened intently, her expression thoughtful. "It sounds so different from Aoria. Here we live in harmony with our world. But I've always wondered what lies beyond our sky." "There's so much out there," Alex said, his voice filled with wonder. "So many worlds, each with its own unique beauty, and so many challenges to overcome, like your dream of flying." Lyra's gaze dropped, her wings twitching slightly. "I've always wanted to fly like the others," she admitted softly. "To feel the wind beneath my wings, to soar above the trees. But my wings, they've always held me back." Alex reached out, gently taking her hand. "Maybe we can change that," he said, his tone determined. "Back on Earth, we have technology that helps people overcome physical limitations. I think, with some of that knowledge and the resources here, we can create something to help you fly." Lyra's eyes widened with hope. "Do you really think so?" "I do," Alex replied, squeezing her hand reassuringly. "But it won't be easy. We'll need to gather materials, and it will take time, but I'm willing to try if you are." Lyra's heart swelled with a mix of emotions, hope, excitement, and a deep gratitude for this human who believed in her. "I'm willing," she said firmly. The next day, they began their work. Alex sketched out designs for a set of mechanical wings, drawing on his knowledge of human technology and engineering. Lyra helped by explaining the properties of Aorian materials and their unique bioluminescent energy sources. They scavenged parts from Alex's crashed ship and gathered resources from the forest, working tirelessly to bring their vision to life. Despite the challenges, their collaboration brought them closer. They shared laughter over failed prototypes and celebrated small victories together. Lyra's determination and Alex's ingenuity complemented each other perfectly. As they worked side by side, their bond deepened, evolving from friendship into something more profound. One evening, as they worked late into the night, Lyra looked up at Alex, her heart full of gratitude. "Thank you, Alex, for believing in me and for helping me chase my dream." Alex smiled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "You've given me a dream too, Lyra. You've shown me a world of beauty and kindness that I never imagined, and you've reminded me of the importance of hope and determination." As the project progressed, Alex realized they would need a rare mineral found only in the treacherous mountains of Aoria. The mineral had unique properties that could stabilize the wings and provide the necessary lift for Lyra to fly. Determined to succeed, Lyra and Alex prepared for the journey to the mountains. Their departure was met with concern from Lyra's parents and the village elders, but their resolve was unwavering. They set out at dawn, the forest bathed in the soft glow of the waking bioluminescent flora. The journey was arduous, filled with steep climbs and unpredictable weather. But their determination and mutual support saw them through each challenge. As they reached the base of the mountains, the air grew thinner and the terrain more rugged. They camped under the stars, sharing stories and dreams, their connection growing stronger with each passing day. Lyra's admiration for Alex's bravery and kindness deepened, while Alex was continually inspired by Lyra's resilience and spirit. Finally, after days of arduous trekking, they found the mineral deposit. Extracting the mineral was no easy task, but their combined efforts paid off. With the precious material in hand, they began their journey back to the village, exhausted but triumphant. Returning to the village, they were greeted as heroes. The villagers, who had grown to care for Alex and support Lyra's dream, celebrated their success. With the rare mineral, Alex was able to complete the mechanical wings, integrating the final piece needed to make Lyra's dream a reality. As the day of the first test flight approached, the village buzzed with anticipation. Lyra's heart pounded with a mix of excitement and fear. She trusted Alex completely, but the fear of failure was still there. Alex, sensing her apprehension, held her close. "You've got this, Lyra," he whispered. "We've come this far together, and I believe in you." Lyra nodded, taking a deep breath. "I believe in us." Their connection, forged through shared dreams and determination, had become unbreakable. As Lyra prepared to take flight, the love between them was evident, a love that transcended worlds and challenges. Little did they know, their journey was only beginning, and the skies they were about to conquer together held endless possibilities for their future. With the rare mineral safely in hand, Alex and Lyra returned to the village, where the Aoria welcomed them with open arms. The villagers had come to embrace Alex as one of their own, recognizing the deep bond he shared with Lyra and the hope he represented. As word of their successful quest spread, excitement filled the air. The anticipation of Lyra's first flight grew with each passing day. In the makeshift workshop they had set up, Alex and Lyra worked tirelessly to complete the mechanical wings. The design was intricate, combining human technology with the unique properties of Aorian materials. The wings were lightweight, yet sturdy, powered by the bioluminescent energy sources that dotted the forest. The rare mineral they had retrieved would serve as the stabilizing element, ensuring the wings could lift Lyra off the ground. As the final adjustments were made, the day of the test flight approached. The entire village gathered in a clearing, their bioluminescent forms glowing softly in the twilight. Elis and Marin stood at the front, their expressions a mixture of hope and anxiety. Alex and Lyra emerged from the workshop, the mechanical wings strapped securely to Lyra's back. Alex checked the wings one last time, his fingers deftly adjusting the straps and ensuring everything was in place. "Are you ready?" he asked, looking into Lyra's eyes. Lyra took a deep breath, her heart pounding. "Ready as I'll ever be," she replied, her voice steady despite the nervous flutter in her stomach. Alex smiled, squeezing her hand reassuringly. "Remember, I'll be right here. Just trust yourself." Lyra nodded, her determination unwavering. She stepped into the center of the clearing, feeling the eyes of the entire village upon her. She closed her eyes for a moment, centering herself, then activated the wings. At first, there was a moment of uncertainty as the wings adjusted to her weight. The bioluminescent energy pulsed through the mechanisms, and slowly, Lyra felt herself lifting off the ground. Gasps of awe echoed through the crowd as she rose higher, her feet leaving the earth behind. Lyra's heart soared as she ascended, the ground shrinking below her. The sensation of flight was unlike anything she had ever imagined, exhilarating, liberating, and utterly breathtaking. She felt the wind against her face, the wings responding to her every movement with grace and precision. She performed a series of loops and dives, her laughter ringing out in pure joy. The village erupted in cheers, their bioluminescent bodies pulsing in rhythm with their excitement. Elis and Marin held each other tightly, tears of happiness streaming down their faces. Alex watched with pride and admiration as Lyra danced through the sky. Her dream had become a reality, and in that moment, he realized how deeply he had come to care for her. Their bond had grown into something profound and unbreakable, a connection that transcended the differences between their worlds. As Lyra completed her flight and descended back to the ground, the villagers rushed to greet her, lifting her up in celebration. Alex joined them, his heart full of joy. Lyra beamed at him, her eyes sparkling with gratitude and love. "Thank you," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "I couldn't have done this without you." Alex smiled, pulling her into a tight embrace. "We did it together," he replied. "And this is just the beginning." With the success of the test flight, Alex and Lyra's journey took on a new dimension. They began to explore the potential of the mechanical wings, refining the design and experimenting with different materials and energy sources. The villagers, inspired by their success, offered their skills and resources, eager to be part of this transformative endeavor. One day, as they worked on improving the wings, Alex and Lyra received a visit from the village elders. The elders, wise and respected, had been watching their progress with great interest. Elder Thalos, a figure of great wisdom and authority, spoke on behalf of the group. "Lyra, Alex, your achievements have brought hope and inspiration to our people," Thalos said, his voice resonant. "We believe that your work has the potential to not only change our village, but also bridge the gap between our world and others. We propose a journey to share your discoveries with neighboring villages and beyond." Lyra and Alex exchanged a look of excitement and determination. The idea of taking their project to a broader audience resonated deeply with them. They knew it would be a challenging endeavor, but they were ready to face it together. Preparations for the journey began in earnest. The villagers helped gather supplies and craft additional sets of wings for the trip. Lyra and Alex trained tirelessly, honing their skills and preparing for the unknown challenges that lay ahead. As they prepared to depart, the village gathered once more to send them off. Elis and Marin embraced Lyra tightly, their pride and love evident. "Fly high, my dear," Elis whispered. "Show the world what you're capable of." With a final wave to their friends and family, Lyra and Alex took to the skies, their wings carrying them towards new horizons. The journey ahead was filled with uncertainty, but their hearts were full of hope and determination. Together, they would explore new lands, forge new connections, and continue to push the boundaries of what was possible. As they soared through the sky, Lyra glanced at Alex, her heart swelling with love and gratitude. "Thank you for believing in me," she said, her voice carried by the wind. Alex smiled, his eyes reflecting the same emotions. "Thank you for showing me a world of beauty and possibility," he replied. "Together, there's nothing we can't achieve." Their journey had only just begun, but already they knew it would be an adventure unlike any other. United by their dreams and their love, Lyra and Alex were ready to face whatever the future held, knowing that together they could overcome any challenge and reach new heights. With their wings carrying them high above the ground, Lyra and Alex began their journey to neighboring villages, spreading the message of hope and innovation. Their first destination was the village of Lyra, known for its skilled craftsmen and beautiful, intricate designs. The villagers of Lyra welcomed them with open arms, intrigued by the sight of the human and the Aorian with mechanical wings. Lyra and Alex held demonstrations, showing how the wings worked and explaining the principles behind their design. The Zalaran craftsmen were fascinated, eager to learn and collaborate. Together, they spent days refining the wings, incorporating Zalaran craftsmanship into the design, making them more efficient and aesthetically pleasing. During their stay, Lyra and Alex continued to grow closer. The bond they shared deepened with each passing day, their love blossoming like the bioluminescent flowers of Aoria. One evening, under a sky filled with stars, Alex took Lyra's hand. "Lyra, these past months have been the most incredible of my life," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "You've shown me a world of beauty and wonder, and I've fallen in love with you." Lyra's heart swelled with happiness. "I love you too, Alex," she replied softly. "You've helped me achieve my dreams, and you've shown me the power of hope and determination. I can't imagine my life without you." They embraced under the starlit sky, their love a beacon of light in the darkness. After several weeks in Zalara, it was time to move on. Their next destination was the village of Thalora, known for its scholars and inventors. The journey was long and challenging, but their spirits remained high, buoyed by the success they had found in Zalara. In Thalora, they encountered a different kind of reception. The scholars were skeptical, questioning the practicality and sustainability of the wings. Undeterred, Lyra and Alex presented their work, explaining the potential for growth and innovation. Gradually, they won over the Thaloran scholars, who began to see the value in their ideas. One particular scholar, an elderly Aorian named Lyra, took a keen interest in their project. She had spent her life studying the natural energy sources of Aoria and saw great potential in combining her knowledge with their technology. Together, they developed a more advanced version of the wings, incorporating renewable energy sources that could sustain long flights and reduce the environmental impact. As their work progressed, Lyra and Alex found themselves immersed in the intellectual atmosphere of Thalora. They spent long nights discussing theories and experimenting with new ideas. The collaboration with Lyra and the other scholars enriched their understanding and pushed the boundaries of their project even further. With each successful test flight, the Thalorans' skepticism transformed into admiration. They saw the potential for the wings to revolutionize travel and communication across Aoria. Lyra and Alex's partnership with the scholars of Thalora marked a significant milestone in their journey, solidifying the credibility and impact of their work. As they prepared to leave Thalora, the scholars presented them with a gift, a beautifully crafted set of wings made with the finest materials and infused with the latest advancements they had developed together. It was a symbol of their collaboration and the promise of a brighter future. Their final destination was the capital city of Elendor, the heart of Aorian culture and governance. The journey to Elendor was the most challenging yet, requiring them to navigate treacherous mountain passes and unpredictable weather. But their resolve remained unshaken. As they approached Elendor, the sight of the majestic city took their breath away. Towering spires and elegant bridges spanned the landscape, illuminated by the bioluminescent glow of the city. The people of Elendor were renowned for their wisdom and foresight, and Lyra and Alex hoped to gain their support for their vision. The reception in Elendor was grand. The leaders of the city, along with its citizens, gathered to witness the demonstration of the wings. Lyra and Alex performed with grace and precision, showcasing the full potential of their creation. The crowd watched in awe as Lyra soared through the sky, her flight a symbol of hope and innovation. Following the demonstration, they were invited to meet with the Council of Elders, the governing body of Elendor. The council members, wise and discerning, questioned them extensively about their journey, their work, and their vision for the future. Lyra and Alex spoke passionately about their experiences, the challenges they had overcome, and the potential for the wings to unite the people of Aoria. They emphasized the importance of collaboration, innovation, and the power of dreams. After a lengthy deliberation, the Council of Elders reached a decision. They recognized the profound impact of Lyra and Alex's work and offered their full support. They proposed the establishment of a central institute in Elendor, dedicated to the development and dissemination of new technologies and ideas, fostering collaboration between all the villages of Aoria. The news spread quickly, and celebrations erupted across the city. Lyra and Alex's dream had not only become a reality, but had also sparked a movement that would transform Aoria forever. In the days that followed, plans for the institute took shape. Scholars, craftsmen, and innovators from all over Aoria flocked to Elendor, eager to be part of this new era of progress and unity. Lyra and Alex were appointed as honorary members of the council, their contributions recognized and celebrated. As they stood on the balcony of the institute overlooking the bustling city, Lyra turned to Alex, her eyes filled with gratitude and love. "We did it, Alex," she said softly. "We've changed the world together." Alex smiled, his heart full. We did it together, Lyra, and this is just the beginning. There are endless possibilities ahead. Their love had transcended the boundaries of their worlds, and their partnership had brought about a new dawn for Aoria. United by their dreams and their determination, Lyra and Alex looked to the future with hope and excitement, ready to soar to new heights together.